everyone, it's Des, and today we're going to be talking about something that is very near and dear to my heart, and that would be college. This video is going to be aimed towards new incoming freshmen to college, but also might have some interesting advice and tips for people who already go to college. College is a learning experience. I learn new things every day, and I learn a lot of things about life, so this is just what I've learned and some of my experiences and how to enhance your college experience. A lot of these things I don't see in other videos. So today I'm going to be focusing on what to bring that they don't tell you about at all. Things that aren't on that sheet that they send out for like school supplies, what you'll need, things that nobody tells you about, and also advice, things about life and actual college experiences that may help enhance your college experience, may just help you down the road in general. It's just advice, and I've found it to be true in my life and in college experience. I understand that everyone's college experience is going to be different. Whether you're going to a state college or a private school or a tech school, it's always going to be different depending on who you are, what you're going for, all that. But I really just wanted to make this video to help you guys. It's a really stressful process going to college, and I feel like it shouldn't be. It's something new in our lives, and we always have a hard time with new experiences and the unknown, but I just wanted to help you guys out with some of the feelings you may be feeling right now before college starts, and I just kind of wanted to simplify your life a little bit, because Lord knows that you're probably going through some of the busiest weeks of your lives right now prepping for college. So first I'm going to start out with the tips on what to bring. Stick around too for the advice, because I think it's super helpful and nobody talks about this stuff. Literally nobody talks about this. They don't get real down and dirty into the details of college. Instead, they're just like, oh, be organized. No, duh, be organized. But what about when I have real conflicts in my life? Things that you'll need the answers to that nobody is going to be there to give you. That's kind of the stuff I want to focus on today. The stuff that nobody has seemed to touched upon or talked about college. So let's get real, guys, and start the video here. So to start off, I want to tell you guys some things that you'll want to bring to college that people don't usually tell you or they forget about. Because Lord knows you're going to get to college and a week in, you're going to remember something that you needed that was really important or that you didn't even think about, and you're going to have to go to Walmart and buy it all again. So my first most important item to bring to college, if you forget everything else on this list I tell you, just bring this one item with you. It will help you so much. I don't care if you're a girl or a guy or if you're disorganized or organized, you will need this item. And this item is a dry erase calendar. This here, oh my god, I love this. This is my favorite thing about my dorm, about college, about anything. I could not live without this. I got this at Target. It's just a regular like whiteboard calendar, and it is the most helpful thing single-handedly in my entire college furniture department. So why is this so important? First, organization is great. It's helpful, and a lot of people struggle with dates, and this is something that you can just simply write out the calendar date. I always like to, make it happy and deal with the month, like April showers, whatever. And then you just put the numbers on the corners. It has all the days of the week. And whenever something pops up, you can just write it down on here. So let's say you're in math class and your teacher just all of a sudden decides, hey, we're gonna have a quiz at the end of the week. It's not in the syllabus or anything, so it's really easy to forget when this test is going to be because it's just randomly popping into your busy life. So what you're going to do is you're just going to take your board and put Math Q so that you know there's a math quiz on Friday. This will be super helpful. It'll tell you how many days you have to study before this test. It is perfect. It also has a notes section, so if you need a shopping list or you just want to remember something, like, oh, I need to talk to my advisor, put that down in your notes section. You can decorate it with cute little stickers too to make it kind of whimsical. I like doing that. But another important thing too is to have multicolored markers to go with this calendar. You're going to want different colors because different colors can mean different things. Let's say you have a payday because you have a work-study job on every other Friday. So you can take a green marker and just make a little dot on every other Friday to let you know that you're getting paid that day. So you don't have to think in your head, oh, it was the last time I got paid. You just have to mark it down on your calendar. Let's say there's gonna be free pizza downstairs at the dorms. So you'll take like pink for fun, you know, a fun color you can associate with, and you'll write that down. Or let's say you have a test and you want tests to be blue. It just really helps you when you look at the calendar from afar to tell what all you have going on this month. The markers will generally run you less than $4, and this whiteboard generally goes between $7 and $17 if you go to Target, Walmart, they all have their own version of this. This is the U Brands one from Target and I love it, but there are tons and tons of other setups. Let's say you don't want the notes. You don't have to have the notes section. Or if you just want a 2-week calendar, they make those too. But I really suggest getting the big one because you can just see your entire month and know what's going on. They all come with these little Velcro straps usually, or you can get command strips, and it is literally the best $15 I've ever spent in my life. If I didn't have this, I probably would have gotten much lower grades on my classes than I did. It's super helpful and it looks very nice and organized. When people walk into your room, they're like, ooh, somebody has been on their Pinterest board looking at organization tips. Oh yeah, sorry that I spent so much time on that, but it is literally the most important one on this list. And my bra straps were out that whole time. Great. So next on my list is you're going to need 2 3-subject notebooks. Now, depending on how your classes are set up, you don't have to get them like this. I like to get them like this for a very simple reason, is that most of the times when you're signing up for college, you're going to have Monday, Wednesday, Friday classes and Tuesday, Thursday classes. So I break that up into that category, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I assign it to a notebook. Because generally you'll have about 2 to 3 classes every day, or it might be a little bit different, which is why I say that you should customize it to whatever your schedule is. But I have, let's say, 3 classes, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I can make a subject for each one subject for math, one subject for English, you know, anything that you want. And then you only have to take this notebook with you for the day. You don't have to pack in like 3 single subject notebooks. That is one of the worst things I would suggest, is getting single subject, because you're literally making more things for you to remember. So I would highly suggest getting multiple subject notebooks and just designating them to certain days. That way at night before you go to bed, you can just toss in your next day's notebook and you don't have to worry about like, oh, did I bring my English notebook this time? Or did I bring my math one this time? What if I grabbed the wrong one? You don't have to worry about that because they'll all be in one notebook, simplifying your life. Next is something that not all people really mention, but I highly suggest getting good pens, like nice pens to write with, or pencils, whichever you prefer. The more fluently you can write and the more you like what you write with, the better your notes will be. Another really important item that a lot of people don't talk about is having a single folder for all of your important documents, all of your financial aid papers, all of your clearances if you're going to be a teacher or work with the public, all of your important information like maps and things about your medical history. Put those all into one folder. That way, when anybody asks for anything, like, oh, can I have your recent shot medical history? You can be like, yep, and then just pull it out of the one folder and say, here it is, because everything will be in one place. You don't have to worry about all your important information being scattered across the galaxy. So much simpler. Next, I'm going to talk about furniture a little bit. For furniture, I would suggest to get items that can double as storage. For example, let's say you'd like a nightstand. beside your bed. Make sure that that nightstand has drawers. There are these stackable containers at Walmart that have like 3 drawers in them and you can put wheels on them, and I use that for a nightstand. Even though it's considered just like a storage thing, it works really good for a nightstand, and you can store all sorts of stuff in it, and you don't have to have things strewn about your bedroom that don't need to be. Next, you're going to want a laptop. I know that laptops are expensive and that not everybody can afford to get a laptop, but even if you're getting the most inexpensive laptop, it is better than no laptop, because you don't want to remember at midnight that you had an assignment due the next day and you had to do it online, but the computer lab is closed now, so you can't do it until like 10 the next morning, but that's going to be too late because the class will already be done. So you don't want to worry about that. What you need to do is just get a laptop, whether it's cheap, whether it's expensive, whatever you want, and it'll also help you because you will always have all of your information at your fingertips. All of your class information, all of your documents will always be with you. You should also get a memory card, your memory stick, whatever it is, for that computer. They're just a couple bucks. Another important thing that they might have included on your list, but they might not have, is command strips. They don't damage the walls, and they make really good decorative helpers. Like if you want to hang up pictures, if you want to, do whatever, that's great. But another thing I suggest for command strips is to use it to hang your backpack. Not on like a wall or anything, but let's say you want to lay your backpack down on the floor at the end of the day. When the backpack lays down, it doesn't usually lay straight up. It usually flops over. So that takes up like this much more of your floor than it has to. It only needs to take up the bottom portion of this bag. So what you need to do is by your desk or wherever, take one command hook and stick it at the level at which your bag's handle would be if it was sitting upright on the floor. So when you do that, you can hook your backpack on there at the end of the day, and it ends up only taking up this much space compared to like this much space when it's flattened on the floor. That's just like a little thing that I've found out to be helpful. You're also going to want paper plates and plastic forks if you're going to be doing any eating at your dorm, or let's say you wanted to get pizza to go one time and you took it back to your dorm only to realize that you had nothing to eat it on. That's just something that is helpful. But also another great thing is you should have food at your dorm. I'm not telling you to get like all these cooking ingredients and pots and pans. You don't need that. What I'm talking about is like some instant ramen, some snack crackers, some Cheez-Its, just to have in your dorm, because there are going to be times when you don't want to leave. It may be in the winter, it may just be late at night, and you're thinking, man, I'm so hungry, but I don't want to go to the cafeteria right now. You'll have that taken care of because you will already have all of your food in your dorm that if you're hungry, you can eat it. Talking more about bathroom things now than dorm things, it's also important to remember to bring toilet paper. Like a big pack of it is super helpful. And you should always coordinate with your other roommate. You don't want to be the only one like bringing toilet paper and them just like taking advantage of you getting the toilet paper. But work together with that, but always have some just in case, because you don't want to run out of that. Then as far as remembering bathroom stuff, coordinate with your roommate on who's getting the shower curtain, who's getting the shower mats, who's going to get like hand towels and stuff like that for the, areas that you share. Also, cleaning supplies are important because you need to clean your dorm whether you want to or not. I would suggest setting aside like every other week or every week, plan on a day where you just kind of like dust everything off, wipe the floors down or something, a Swiffer kind of thing, just so things stay neat. You also might want a shower caddy. It's just like a little bucket you put all of your shower stuff in if you personally don't like people using your stuff. I personally don't want to risk people using my stuff. I use very expensive things like Lush shower gels and stuff, and I don't want somebody just like pouring the whole thing on their hand when they run out and being like, oh hey man, I used your stuff, is that alright? No, that's not alright. I spend a lot of money on that stuff, so I put it in my own little caddy, and then whenever I go to take a shower, I just carry it in with me, and I don't have to worry about anyone touching my stuff. A really important thing that you're also going to need is a med kit, a first aid kit of any sorts, and what you're going to want in it is some Tums, because Lord knows that your body is changing, and some of the foods that you really used to enjoy are now going to give you heartburn and acid reflux, and it's terrible. Like, I can't drink Orange Mountain Dew anymore. I loved Orange Mountain Dew, and it gives me the worst heartburn. You're going to need Band-Aids and stuff to clean wounds with. You're going to need ibuprofen, and you're also gonna need some ice packs or, you know, a cooling pack for headaches, anything like that. Lastly, for items that are really important to get is don't forget to pack an umbrella. It is the dumbest sounding thing ever. Like, don't forget to bring an umbrella, but it's gonna be raining one day and you're gonna realize and walk out and be like, crap, I didn't pack an umbrella because I was so worried about all my other things like my sheets and my books and all that sort of stuff. But I didn't bring an umbrella. Well, now you know. Bring an umbrella because wherever you live, it's gonna rain. I mean, maybe not if you live in Arizona or something, but in most places it's gonna rain. And make sure you get a nice umbrella. Don't get like a really rickety one, especially if you live in a high wind area like I do, because nobody wants to have a Mary Poppins moment on the way to class. And now we enter into the advice column of this video. This is going to be one of the most crucial parts of this video. Yes, it's important to get all your stuff, but there's some things that are more important than others, and in this case, it's more important to remember the philosophical things than it is the actual physical things. You can go out and buy an umbrella at a store. You can't go out and buy this kind of advice. So let's get real here, and I'm going to tell you guys some stuff that may not be what you want to hear, but it's what you need to hear. Starting off with the sheer fact that friends are going to come in and out of your life very quickly. As a free person now out in the world, you have many choices to make, and some of those choices are who you're going to hang around with. And you may hang out with somebody for 2 weeks and realize, hey, you're not the person that I want to be my friend. I'm finding things out about you that I don't care for. And that's okay. That is okay to find out that you don't want to be friends with somebody anymore. It's not like high school where you kind of have to just, you know, grin and bear it and wave to them every day in the hallway. You don't have to do that anymore. You are not obligated to be friends with anybody anymore. The people that you hang out with are the people that you want to hang out with. So just know that you are the pilot of your own ship now. And if you want to be friends with somebody, be friends with them. And if you don't want to be friends with somebody, don't be friends with them. And I know it's a lot of stress and pressure to be under to think that you may need friends or need new friends. It's hard because you go from high school where all of your friends were presented to you every day and you didn't have to, you know, decide to be friends with or not with somebody. You went to the same school and it was easy. But now it's going to be a little bit harder to make friends because you actually have to put the effort forward to make friends. But that being said, you can also make some amazing friends just by chance. All of the best friends I've ever made have been completely by accident and chance, whether it was sitting next to someone in class who hated the professor the same way I hated him, you know, and you could bond over that, or if you couldn't find the cafeteria and this other person could also not find the cafeteria and you just bonded over that, that's great. Those are some of the best ways to make friends, is by just life and chance. It's also great to make friends with the people in your class. Now, I'm not saying you have to be buddy-buddy with everybody in your class. Like, let's say you have an English class and you sit next to, I don't know, let's call her Susie. You sit next to Susie every day in English class, and you may have made some comments to her or whatever, but you're not really friends, you're just kind of acquaintances. It's always good to either the first day or even just randomly throughout class be like, hey, can I have your number just in case I miss one of these classes, or if I need someone to study with, and I'll give you my number so that way if you miss class, I can catch you up. That is one of the greatest things about networking. Always have somebody in a class that you have their number, so if you get sick one day, you can text them and be like, hey, I missed Dr. So-and-so's class. Can you catch me up on notes? Or hey, I'm really struggling in this class. Can you help me study? That is a great resource, and it's actually not even awkward. I used to think that going up to strangers and asking things was a really awkward, and it stressed me out a lot, but on like especially the first day of class, nobody cares. Everyone's really, really chill. So just turn to someone and be like, hey, my name's so-and-so. Can I have your number in case I miss a class? And I'll give you my number in case you miss a class, because that's benefiting both of you. It's benefiting you because if you miss a class, you can get information, and it's benefiting them because if they miss class, they can also get information. Plus, you might make a bond of friendship that you never imagined. Next, I'd like to say take advantage of all of the free events that you can. College is teeming with bright, happy, fun events and free food and all that. You just have to look out. Read the posters that are in your halls. Read the posters that you see on the way to class, because they might give you some information that you didn't know. Like, hey, come by so-and-so hall on the 12th of September. We'll be having free pizza, you know? And things like that just happen. Take advantage of them. You're already paying thousands of dollars to go there. Use whatever they give you. You could also make friends at these events if you find people that like similar things. Like, hey, I like free pizza, you like free pizza, let's be friends. Also, on the topic of free, please, I'm begging you, please use the free services that are offered to you for free. I know so many people that go to college and have problems, and they have the resources to deal with them, but they don't deal with them. They're free. I'm talking about services like the gym. You have a free 4-year gym membership in front of you. When you get out of here, you're gonna pay hundreds of dollars for that every year. Use it while it's free. I'm also talking about the medical center. You're not feeling good, or for whatever reason, you're worried about something. Go to the medical center. These people are literally paid to give you free service. Free. Do you know how much an emergency room copay is? These people will give you free medicine, free ibuprofen, free Tums. And most importantly, these people will give you, whether you want to hear it or not, they will give you free contraceptives. Not even joking, guys. College is a time where you're going to do a lot of stuff. It's so important. You don't have to go unprotected. They give you this stuff for free. Well, if you want to do it, just go to the health center and get the stuff for free so that you don't have a baby and can no longer go to college and get anything for free. Then lastly, mental health services. Let's say you're having a breakdown, or you're having a terrible panic attack or anxiety or depression and you don't know who to turn to. They have people there that will help you. Seriously, for free. And it's better than nothing. I know that it's hard sometimes to open up and go places and do things that are out of your comfort zone, but you are paying this place thousands of dollars. And you might as well use these free services to your advantage to help you. Oh, and another one, tutoring. Tutoring is free. Let's say you're failing your algebra class. They have tutors for that and they will help you for nothing. Nothing. They're spending their time there just to help you. So take advantage of that. And the library too. Use the library. The library is free and quiet and a great place to study. You can also rent movies at the library, which is great. And sometimes, if you're lucky, the library will host events, like you get to pet people's therapy dogs, and that's great. Another piece of advice I have for you is when you're buying books, don't buy from the college bookstore unless you absolutely have to. They will charge you so much more than Amazon or textbooks.com or something, or Chegg. They will upcharge you so much if you go to that bookstore. I've gone to multiple colleges and I have never seen a college where they didn't charge you like 25% more than what the book was going for on Amazon. The bookstore's job is to make money, and that's what they're going to try to do. Instead, look up your books, take the ISBN number, which should be available to you there, put it on Amazon or Google or whatever, and find the best price. And when I mean find the best price, I mean don't buy the book new. Always buy used books. It doesn't matter if they're just in good condition or whatever. That's fine. They're going to be the least expensive because they're used. And unless you need something like an access code or anything like that, get the book used. It doesn't matter if it has like highlighting in it. The highlighting is probably going to be helpful to you in that class, because who doesn't highlight useful information? Who just highlights like the first sentence of every, paragraph? They highlight the important stuff. So get your books used. Buy them online and not from the bookstore unless you absolutely have to, and don't sell them back to the bookstore. When you get books, they're going to be very expensive. I've generally had them in between $200 and $300 for all my books every semester. You, of course, will want to make some of that money back. Don't try to make that money back by selling them back to the bookstore because they will give you peanuts for them. During my first college semester, I made this mistake myself. I bought over $150 worth of books, brought them down to the bookstore, and they wouldn't give me barely anything for them, so I brought them to one of those little like weird sketchy trucks that are going to be outside of campus buying back your books. They won't give you nothing for it either. I brought them there, $150 worth of books. They gave me, guess the price, just guess the price they gave me. They gave me $12 for them. I will never do that again. Go on Amazon, make a seller account. It is super, super easy. Put the books on there to sell. And then when they sell, take them to your post office and ship them away and get almost all your money back. My best advice for selling the books is to sell them at the beginning of August because that's when people are looking for their textbooks, but also to make them the lowest price available. Now I'm going to talk about orientation day. Orientation day is super, super annoying. They're going to take all of the new freshmen or transfer students. I had to go through orientation twice. Each time I hated it. They're basically forcing you to get into all these groups with these new people, thousands of new people, and they're making you do awkward icebreakers with people that you will most likely never see again. Or if you do see, are now obligated to do an awkward wave to in the street. And you'll just do icebreakers for like 3 days. Icebreakers and safety talks. And you cannot escape orientation. I tried to hide in my dorm. They will find you. And they will force you to go. I tried. So orientation is something that is not really fun, but we all have to do. Just letting you know, it's kind of important in a way that it lets you know where things are on campus, but it's also not important in a way that it kind of wastes like 3 days of time that you could be unpacking your stuff. Next, we're going to talk about your body. Something that nobody tells you about in college is that your body kind of goes through a second growth spurt. It's where ladies turn to women and guys turn to men. It's disgusting. I'm not talking about regular puberty where you get like acne or stretch marks and things like that, but your body will change. Certain foods may hurt your stomach now. You might fill out in different areas of your body, like you might magically have a butt by the end of your first semester, like I did. It was great. It's the best growth spurt. But I'm just letting you guys know this because your body's gonna change, and nobody wants that catching them by surprise. Also about your body, that you can fight the freshman 15. I actually lost 10 pounds my first semester of college. The key to not gaining the freshman 15 is to go to the gym and to not overeat. Overeating is so easy at college because everything's like buffet style, and you're filling your plate with stuff that's one, not even that great of food, and two, that you don't want to eat all of it. You can never eat all of it. So just try to watch your portions and you'll be good. Some quick advice I can give you is that if you want to learn about your professors more that you'll have for your classes, find out their names and go to ratemyprofessor.com. It will tell you their rating, whether or not they use the book in class. All sorts of information on them is great. Also, don't wear your lanyard around your neck. It's not like you're going to be bullied like you would in high school for doing something like that. It's more so that people are just going to look at you and be like, yep, they're new. Learn how you study and learn best. I learn best by writing things down and memorizing them. Some people learn best from, doing things with their hands, like experiments, like, if you're just doing science or something. Some people learn best visually, through audio learning and stuff like that. Just do whatever works best for you. Also, be friends with your RA. Your RA is your residence advisor, and they're usually in charge of your floor. Be friends with them because they're usually really nice people, but more so is that if you have any problems, you can always talk to them. It's literally their job to help you. That way, if you have a problem too with your dorm or something, like, hey, my toilet won't flush, you can go to them and be like, what do I do? How do I contact maintenance? And it's just super, super helpful. A really valuable piece of advice that I can give you also is to follow your gut. Follow your instincts. If something is going on and it's not agreeing with you in your heart or in your stomach and you feel sick, don't do it. If your friends are all drunk at a party and they say, hey, let's go to McDonald's, and someone's gonna drive that shouldn't be, and you're just thinking to yourself, I don't wanna do this. Don't do it. It sounds so simple, but you would not believe the amount of people that do things against their gut instinct and then regret it. Or let's say it's late at night and you know that you have a test the next day and you need to study, and your gut's saying, hey, you should leave because we don't have time. Follow your gut instinct. Even if it's about just people in general, like, hey, I don't have a good feeling about this guy or this girl. They seem really on edge or mean, or something's off about them, you know? Follow your heart, because we are wired inside as human beings to know when something is wrong and when something is right and when something is dangerous. So follow those inner instincts. Whether you think it will hurt your friendships, whether you think that it will make you unpopular, don't care about that. Because at the end of the day, you're the only one that has to live with yourself. And it's so important that you follow what your gut is telling you. And really, you shouldn't worry about being popular at college anyway, because literally nobody cares. College kids are the most chill people in the entire world. I swear, I literally could have a flashing arrow sign on my head, like saying, my name's Desi, and literally I could walk by a group of people and they'd just be like, and just keep going. They literally don't care. College kids are in it for themselves and to get to the day and nothing else. This is a time of your life where you're gonna do the most growing. You're gonna learn the most about life and about the world and how things work. And even if you thought you already knew everything that there was to life, you're gonna learn something new every day about yourself and the world around you, and it's just wonderful. I also want to mention too that you shouldn't be a crappy roommate. Follow the golden rule. Treat others like you would want to be treated. Keep your communications with your roommates open, because when you shut down those communications and you just go about your life and they go about their life, they're not thinking about how they're affecting you or how you're affecting them. You could be hurting their feelings or doing something that they don't like, and they could be doing something that you don't like. Because you're not keeping those lines of communication open, it's super, super important that you just talk with people and let them know your feelings. You're gonna have to live with these people and they're gonna have to live with you. So be somebody that you would want to live with. Don't be dirty and unorganized and a jerk and use everybody's things without asking. Be a good person. So just make sure that you have ground rules and that you've discussed them with your roommates. That is my advice to you guys for going to college or going back to college. I really hope it was helpful. I feel like some of these things don't ever get touched on. So I'm really glad that we could take this time today to discuss about college, and I hope you guys have a great semester, great first semester, whatever it is. I will see you guys later this week. Thank you so much for watching, and stay stellar, guys. Enjoy college. Bye.